This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you're to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. I'm on the Queensboro Bridge. That's a Roosevelt Island cable car. And this is the East River. In the distance, there's land and then water and then land. That land is Queens. That's my destination. This is Roosevelt Island. That tower sits on Roosevelt Island. The next tower connected to it in cable sits on the island of Manhattan. Island of Roosevelt, island of Manhattan. I am inspired to be up here. It's a rainy day, it's cold. For those of you that know these bikes, I rode here in the lowest gear. Now this is the style that has the ultra low gear, which is that style right there. And I did that. Only a bicycle enthusiast who rides in cold weather can understand this. I was dressed perfectly and I just didn't want to get overheated. So it's taken me a long time to get up here. I'm on my way to Uber to answer 2 questions. I'm on my way to Uber to answer 2 questions. Question uno, pregunta uno, pregunto uno, uno pregunto, una pregunta. On multiple occasions, my Uber app pinged me for transportation. So I was expected to pick someone up and deliver him or her to another location. In addition to being on a bicycle and not a car, I don't have a car. I don't own a car, number one, and I don't have an account that authorizes me. So I couldn't even have been in the wrong account. Listeners, I'm emphasizing this because there's probably plenty of drivers out there that also have a bicycle account. If your primary purpose is to drive, you might as well get approved for a bicycle and even a walking account if you're in one of those zones like I am, New York City. As it is, I'm a bicycle walk account and a walker account, and but I'm not a car account because they don't just hand those out randomly. You got to present your driver's license, your proof of insurance. You got to explain what car you have. I don't know what else you have to do, but it's not easy. So the bottom line is I have no need for it, and I don't have one. But yet the Uber app on multiple occasions treated me as though I did. That's pregunta uno. Una pregunta. Una pregunta. Dos pregunto. In the neighborhood of 10 or more times, I've received text from Uber NYC. Now, I also get messages from Uber New Jersey. I'm pretty sure this is not crisscross. I'm pretty sure these messages are coming from Uber New York City. No, I take that back. I know they are because they speak of promotions in New York City. They say things like, make an extra $5 every 2 deliveries today during dinner rush, 6 to 9. In Manhattan. Okay, great. I'm in Manhattan. I deliver. I do multiple deliveries. I never see that bonus. Now, this has only happened through 1 pay cycle. Now, listeners, if I were not so successful with recruiting people, I get 17 people, I wouldn't bother with this. You know, I'd be like, oh, all right, so I might get to it in the next couple of weeks. But here I am on a rainy day, on a cold rainy day, on the bridge. This is a heroic effort to get an answer because I feel like it's an answer multiple people might want. Am I the only one getting gypped by Uber? Am I the only one getting shorted by Uber? Probably not. Am I misreading the fine print to refer to here? Here's the details. You didn't get it for a good reason. That's probably the case, but I want to understand what that reason is. And of course, I will explain it in a different video. Uber is famous for cheating the drivers. Now, they're not famous for doing anything with Ubereats because Ubereats isn't big enough yet, although Ubereats just made the headlines recently when an Uber driver in Atlanta delivered food to a customer in suburban Atlanta and killed him. And that's a true story as reported in the local newspapers, and it's a legitimate news story. It's got police reports. There is a murder. This man has been charged, and he's an Uber delivery person with a violent criminal history. So sometime later today or tonight, I'm gonna, oh good, here's the tram on its way back. This is a handicapped tram because I usually have tram A and tram B. On this occasion, I read about this, I don't know why, but they're doing some maintenance. So for an extended period of time, they only have one tram. And there it is. I'm gonna see, you people, listeners, you can't see me, but so I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna tell you when I wave. I don't know if you can see the people. Here we go. I'm waving, and nobody waved back. And that experiment proves one thing. Those people are locals. Tourists always wave. Locals are prohibited from waving. That's the, that's a ferry. I thought it was New York Waterways. It's a different ferry company. And that is also the East River, but it's the eastern section of the East River on the east side of Roosevelt Island. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty and a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.